Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm at the end of the 5th bond, getting ready to start the 6th one. I wanted to catch you guys up on what I've done since Jad. We got our fire cape and then moved on to explore other things. The next goal I have in mind is to try and get to Godwars and kill some Godwars bosses. But I needed to do a few things before going there. I'm not so much worried about my stats. I want to get 75 attack to wear a god sword, and I definitely need it to get the quests done for pity prayer or piety prayer, however they pronounce it. And then I definitely needed to get my Slayer helm imbued, which is what I'm doing now. And the quest that you had just seen me accomplish were me trying to unlock some monsters, because I only had 5, and one of them was a dragon that was kicking my ass. I managed to get 95 strength, and I also managed to get an HP level while I was there. It's not bad XP once you've got a system for getting some points, but it didn't take me too long. I didn't actually keep track of it, but I'll go back there when I get a ring of torture, or a ring of suffering, I mean, so that I can get the recoils on it to try Zulrah in the future. That's why I want to kind of go to Godwars, is because I don't think it really takes much, but the Sara one requires 70 agility, and I've seen a video online of someone soloing her on mobile and it didn't look so bad, so I want to do that. It's going to take a long time, though, I think, to get that agility. Agility is really boring. The course I'm doing right here is probably the easiest one and the most rewarding, because you're getting levels and you're getting those marks of grace, which are used to buy the grace outfit. So I want to accomplish that. I didn't get it by the end of the bond, but I will definitely have it in the next bond. And I think I'll also have Godwars kills hopefully in the next bond, or I will have deaths in the next bond. But either way, I'm going to try and get footage of what I do with the progress through the game on my little mobile adventure. I don't play on a PC at all, so I get better every day, I think, on the phone at, not misclicking as much. This course, though, I recommend it all the way until you can do the wilderness course. I think I went to the wilderness course early. I used summer pies. Also, the reason why that I'm fletching isn't so much that I'm worried about making tons of XP while I play. It's the fact that I still needed to get some fletching levels so that I could chisel the basic gems when I'm on Slayer tasks into bolt tips. And someone got me there. I thought maybe that was a mark of honor, so I double checked and it was just a gold ring. But like I said, this course is really fast, and you won't mind doing agility when you're still in this course, but after this course it's pretty tedious and pretty boring. It should be like a punishment for someone in the game. Instead of like muting people and banning them, you just make them run some agility for like no XP gains. Just, you gotta run 200 laps to get out of punishment or some shit. That'd be hilarious. I have no idea how many actual bolts we fletched to get 65 fletching, which is I think what it took to chisel diamond. But we got there. We got there by the end of that course, I believe. I don't think I had to do it on any of the other courses. So after I got high enough, I was definitely headed to the wilderness. I was worried about PKers, but not really, because I didn't have anything on me. But I was just worried about it as in time, because I wanted to get as much accomplished as I could with my playtime. And I feel like just my luck that PKer as soon as I take the lever, but he just hit me once and let me go, so it didn't matter. I felt like I was going to make him run out of energy or something. Those pies give you 10% energy, along with a shit ton of health. Probably more than a shark, I think, for the whole pie. But I only had planned to stay in the wilderness for one inventory of pies, eating them when my agility was at its low or when I needed some HP. Altogether, my thoughts on wilderness agility is it is the best XP that I've done so far yet at agility, and I'm 66 agility. So Sears, maybe if you had some diaries where you can do teleports, it would be more XP, but as is, running Sears course is worse XP than the Wilderness course. The difference is you get Marks of Grace running the Sears course, so, I mean, it's an argument of, like, do you want Marks of Grace or do you want more XP? But, I regret going to Sears as early as I did. I wish I had just stayed in the Wilderness longer. I wish I would have went to, like, 60 in the Wilderness. Then I could have just went 60 to 70 trying to get the Marks of Grace. But I'm currently stuck off at 66. But I didn't think that was too bad when I started at like 33. I didn't show all of the Varric in the beginning because it was more fletching than agility. Well, actually, they're probably about equal. The Wilderness, though, no PKers. I've seen a few naked people selling things to the shop that appeared to be naked, but I mean, they might have had some items on them when they sold to the shop next to the agility course, but that was it. So, thankfully, no dickheads wanted my pies. And then I thought it would be hilarious at the end if somebody killed me when I was trying to run back to the bank, or back to a telly to get back to the bank, and only had empty pie trays. I was like, what would they think I was doing out here with pie trays and knives? Or a knife, but it never happened. After I got, I think, to like 57, maybe it was 57 when I went to the next course, but I seriously don't know why agility has to be so damn boring. It's like the worst skill in the game. I don't recommend it to anyone trying to find something interesting to do. It's a burden, but at the same time, I feel like at 70 I can take a break from it and I won't need it for a while. But we'll see. I hope to maybe get to Godwars and get a drop or something eventually, and then I can buy some bonds to be able to play Deadman. As you can see, it's so peaceful in the Wilderness that I can watch videos while I do agility. That's what those are down there in the screenshots. But usually I just let it play on autoplay when I'm watching because it requires me having to go out of Runescape and shit to pick videos, so I just let it autoplay. The Sears course, though, once you get it down, it's really easy. There's tons of room from the end of the course to the beginning of the course, though, which is what I think the telly cuts out from the people who have diaries. But if you don't, that's where a lot of people alky, I'm sure, fletch. Like, you see them alky, you don't know when they're fletching, but I'm sure they are. I, on the other hand, was just like so zoned out in real life that I wasn't trying to do all that. I just was thankful to be able to get around the course as many times as I did. I think altogether it's probably going to take 4 straight days of agility training to get to 70. And I've only put in like 2.5 days so far. So in the next bond, 1 day of agility, I should be there. And I think I just need to buy a few gear items to be able to go to Sara. I'm even wondering if I can take the blowpipe. I know that I've heard they're going to nerf the blowpipe soon, so I'd like to, use it as much as I can before that happens. So at least I could compare the difference after the nerf to see, like, did they really nerf it bad or what? But you have to stay tuned for that. If you're liking the content, hit that like button, subscribe, turn the bell on if you want to find the next video on time. I need to post more frequent. I play more than I want to edit. So I wish it was easier to do both. I'm not that skilled yet on my phone, but my Galaxy does enough, I think, as it is. It does a good job. This course, though, it's unbearable that you got to do it for so long. At the same time, though, after the agility and I get to Godwars, I think if I don't get a drop, then I'll be so pissed off because it was for nothing, man. Like, you don't have to do it. You don't need agility to go to Bandos, but you usually need a tank at my level with my shitty stats. But I do have 95 strength, so a buddy's going to tank for me, and his stats are, as bad as mine, but in different brackets, so we're going to team up and see if we can 2-man it a couple times, and then I'm going to see if I can solo Sara. So that's hopefully some of the stuff you can look forward to in the next video. I do end up in this video making a pretty dramatic sale. I end up selling the Abyssal Dagger that I've had pretty much since the first or second bond, and we buy a God Sword. I got the Bandos God Sword. The reason why I got it is because it actually has a spec that I think can be pretty good against like the Bandos boss. So that's what I'm going to use it for. And if I don't Bandos much, or if I don't go to Godwars often, I can easily sell it back and it'll be like renting it. So it's pretty much like I rented the Abyssal Dagger, but I'll rent it back when I go from 95 to 99 strength. But the next thing I'm going to do is train my attack to 75, and I only need a whip to do that, and I already have the whip from farming Abyssals previously. So I'm in the safe clear on that. The piety prayers, though, that required a lot of quests that I didn't have. So on the last day of this bond, I spent the whole day questing, and I got a ton of quests done. I think the only thing left to do is the actual fight with the knights to unlock the prayers, and then I'm officially ready to go slay to 75 attack, and then I'm ready to finish the last 4 levels of agility, and hopefully get into Godwars and see what's up. I still got to do 2 quests though to open up the Dungeons of Godwars. The reason why I haven't done any quests on the account was because I wanted to slay with a small group of monsters repeating themselves with as few amount of skips necessary, meaning like I only had to skip medals to keep getting decent tasks, and that allowed me to have a Slayer day that I could tolerate without going insane. So now I have to make up for that, and I gotta get some quests done. I definitely want to get Monkey Madness 2 done, and I would love to kill demonic monkeys. I would love to farm them and get some Xenonite shards, but that's probably gonna be in a later bond, and not for sure. That's only if Godwars doesn't go well and I don't get drops. So if Godwars is anything like I remember in the old days, hopefully I can get some good shit for a video and keep you all interested and entertained with what I do on my phone, and hopefully not entertained at me dying. I know Godwars sucks because you gotta go get kill count again to get your stuff back, so stay tuned.